All right, welcome in everybody. This is Jason in the booth with First Gear Network. Think we're live? Not sure. Seems like some updates to the network has created some issues here for us, so I'm going to go take a look real quick. Okay, so it does show that we're live. Okay, everything looks good now, so not sure what happened there. But now we are live and checking in just with the track. We still have 10 minutes left of practice here at Gateway for round 2 of the Thursday Night Thunder Next Gen Cup Series. And we are scheduled for 220 laps tonight. We're going to have, I think so far we're at 20 drivers registered for tonight's race. Perfect, thank you, Robert. My system's not telling me I'm live, so I had to actually go click the link and log in, but everything does look fine now. I apologize for the late start. The app they've updated something with our software, and it's not going live and showing me live actually.
Radio check.
My apologies about being a little bit behind here on live coverage. We will
hear
go down
you, buddy.
the race info here for you guys. Currently here at Gateway, it's 70 degrees ambient temp with 47% humidity. We have cloudy skies with a 7-mile-an-hour breeze. Track temp's at 73, so the track's not going to be hot. We're going into the night, sunset. We are scheduled for 220 laps tonight. We're going to have stage breaks at the end of lap 55 and the end of lap 120, where stage points will be awarded to the top 10 drivers. And then obviously we got to get to the race finish of 220 laps. So it's going to be a long, grueling night for a lot of these drivers, as tire wear has been the big topic of conversation. Again, John Ross is our fastest guy on track so far in practice. He has held that position pretty much the whole session, I believe, as Nolan in the 77 has taken up P2. Todd Smith is in P3. Kyle Heath is in P4. And then you have Noah Miller in the 48 in P5. So we see a decent amount of speed between all these guys, but we have, what is that, just over 1.1 seconds.
Hey, let me get everyone's attention for a few minutes.
On the board.
Just gonna go over some race details. We're racing at Gateway tonight. 220 laps. Stage 1 is lap 55, completion of lap 55. And stage 2 is lap 120, completion of 120. The leader has lane choice. You must call out what lane you have coming to 1-2 go. If you don't pick before the finish line, you automatically start on the finish and the bottom. When we start the race, you call it out coming off of pit road. We have 4 sets of tires, 1 fast repair. We have stage points like always, regular points at the end of the race. We also have the claim rule, just like we did last week. We did pretty much somewhat good on that, so we're looking forward to that. So everyone, good luck tonight. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Jason, for broadcasting.
All right, there's our drivers meeting with Trevor Vince.
Go ahead and break lane right now.
So we are scheduled for it's going to be a grueling distance race, I feel like, tonight. We're going to see where everything kind of lands for these guys as the leaderboard changes again. Todd Smith gets P2 on the board, trying to get these fastest laps, being prepared for qualifying that's just 7 minutes away. But still, nobody's been able to get to the laps at that 76, but a pretty nice lap by him. Let's take a look through the field. Who's on track? Nolan's on track. How about the Eagle in the 13? Noah Miller in the 48. Cobalt Chevrolet. There's the 98 Ford Mustang, Marshall Gable. Let's see, there is the 67, Joseph Klein. You know, 14 on his car. We'll have to pay attention to that. He is in the 14 car tonight, just like he was last week, I believe. So there's the 2 of Ben Summerford on track. further back, there's the 4 of Taylor Curtin, his Ford Mustang. O'Reilly and Moza on that car. Good looking, sharp ride. Then here's the man, Trevor Benz. Last week's winner at Daytona in that 33. Napa 100th anniversary car. Great looking paint scheme. Going to try to attempt to win the first 2 races of the season. Yeah, Robert, I haven't heard from Jiminator either, so I'm kind of, I'm not sure. Let me double check our check-in page just to see if he had tagged if he wasn't going to be able to make it or not. I thought I saw his name, but I could be wrong. Let's see. He is marked as checked in for tonight's race, so unless something came up and he can't make it, I do see him as one of the drivers that did check in, say he's going to be here tonight, so we'll have to tune in and see, as we've got just under 5 minutes left for anybody to join. Keith Vaughn has finally got on the track. Pardon me while I get a camera set up here real quick. I just have to make sure I've got this saved right. It's going to be, get my camera like 540 and 110. I just got to get this webcam set up real quick. Been waiting for him to get on track. I'll practice. I can get these numbers put in because they have to be in their car for me to adjust the camera. So my apologies, I couldn't get to this earlier, but now we are good. Alright, perfect. And we're set up here. Alright, down to just under 4 minutes now. We've hit the 4-minute mark left to practice. We are going to be qualifying here very shortly and setting the field for tonight's race. We are looking at, again, a good list of contenders that are all within, 2 to 3 tenths of a second. The top 7 all within under 3 tenths of a second gap. The top 10 within about 6 tenths of a second, and then it kind of spreads out and it's really tight there further down. A lot of drivers in the 32.5, so I think that even though speed's going to set the field, I feel like it's going to be tire management and taking care of your car tonight is going to be the key feature in how this race is run and who's going to compete for this win at the end of the race. So.
And just testing out some settings here. It's all good.
And I apologize, I don't have a track map tonight. My application is not showing it. I'm not able to get it to work. I spent a good amount of time before the race lobby opened trying to get that to work, and it's not playing nice. So, let's see. Let's show this race data. Does that work? There we go. There's a little temp. Current conditions. At least that's working. Race analysis, nothing to bring up yet, and race recap, nothing yet. So, all right. Show the driver box. There it is. That's working. Okay, so a lot of other stuff is still working. Just down. Let's double check and see if the other ticker works, just to make sure. Okay, so it is working on both of those ends. So that's good to know. Perfect. All right, 20 drivers still in and registered. We have 1 minute 50 seconds left. Hopefully Jiminator can make it in tonight. Continue on week 2 here to get a race for a win tonight. Todd Smith's back out on track. Looks like he's attempting some more laps here. Looking at our lap counters, most laps run this practice is going to go to the 80. Mark Allet, I believe. I'm showing a record 62 laps of practice. Followed up by Ben Summerford in the 2 car has run 50. And the 98 of Marshall Gables run 49. So those are the guys that have put down the most laps in practice tonight. Now we are at the 1 minute mark. Qualifying will begin in less than a minute. I'm excited for Gateway. iRacing always waits to turn on the lights until it gets so dark, and we're not there yet.
Come time.
But I feel like when we start qualifying, maybe the lights will be on. It'll be a little bit brighter because it is dusk here in Gateway, and we could use some track lighting really bad right now as things are starting to look pretty dark. See, Alex Fuller has moved up to P6 on the board with a 32.023. Nice lap for him. So the field is getting a little bit tighter as they're getting more comfortable with this
Ben,
car.
I like the rear bumper.
Thank you, sir.
And practice has just got a couple seconds left. I don't think the Geminator's going to make it tonight, but you got to make it in before practice ends. The field is going to be set at 20 cars as this session ends. John Ross, big dog on top for practice. Now it's time to put it on the board for real. We're going to have a 10-minute qualifying session. And we'll see who hops out there first and sets the time to beat. There's Alex Fuller, Mark Owlett. Those are the first two cars to jump in and get rolling here. And then we've got another one, looks like Eric Broom. Excuse me, the 21. I'm a little bit under the weather. I probably sound a bit nasally. I'm congested. And oh, the 45 hard into the wall out of pit road. 21 lost Mary on the side of that car. Now there's a lot of drivers on track. First one that looks like they're going to set a time is going to be Mark in the 80s coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch currently. A little rescue on the side. Yeah, I agree, Robert. Something must have come up. Again, I don't see anything in the chat, so we just haven't heard from Andrew either, so hopefully everything's okay. And we'll see him back on track here soon. Feel bad we spent a good amount of time not having him on to race with, and it's been good to have him back, so hope everything's okay for him. The 80's coming around. He has set the time of a 32.95, and then Noah Miller has come by with a 32.01. That's going to be best lap right now. Trevor Benz real close to the 32.6. Leroy in the 43 for 32.52. John Ross is on track. He's taken the green flag. Again, he was one of our faster guys in practice. He led that practice session with a lap. The whole session from the time we went live. Let's see what he can do on his qualifying run. Real close to the wall. Out of turn 2, down the backstretch. Noah Miller ran a 31.978 for his second lap. Pretty good time there from the 48 driver. Comes John out of turn 4. Let's see what that lap 1 looks like. Where does it go? P4, 32.455 first lap for the 76. Marshall Gable's moved up to P2, 32.167, that 98 car. See what the 76 can do down here in the 3 and 4. Can he make up that time and challenge for P1 with Noah Miller? Out of turn 4, power down, and across the line. 32.142, not enough for pole for the 76 car. Alex Fuller just completed his first lap. Looks like it didn't make time, so he is on his second lap, I believe. 45 cars hauling the mail, as they say. USPS on the side. Out of turn 4, let's see, where can Alex put it there on the board? Reserved lap there, pretty strong. P3, 32.165. Jump on here. Joseph Klein about to complete his second lap. He is P10 currently. Still have 6 minutes left of qualifying and still have a handful of drivers that haven't come out on track yet. Nolan Mills to P6 on his first lap. Joseph Klein now currently P11, across the stripe. P8 is where he sits currently. Nolan is on his second lap. P6 so far on the board. Let's see what happens here. Coming into turn 3 and 4 on lap number 2. Put the 77 closer to the front or all the way to the front. P2 close, 32.046. Just about, 700ths off of Noah Miller's lap time, so pretty close there. We've got Ben Summerford coming around to complete his first lap in qualifying in the 2 car. Goes P15 with a 35.239. Focusing on patience as he's on qualifying here. The car has been super hard to really just get it down, so he's kind of taking it easy here. Down into turns 3 and 4 for lap number 2. Let's see who else is out on track here. Jacob Brush in the 32. He's about to complete his second lap after Ben crosses the line. There you go, P11 for Ben, 32.716. Now the 32 of Jacob Brush, P10 currently, about to complete lap number 2. Does he pick up anything on lap 2? He does, up to P6, 32.238. Good lap. Edwin James is about to complete lap 1 in the 8 car. He goes P11 on lap 1, 32.617. Good lap for the Gingerbread Man. Using all that power, shifting through the gears there, and downshift coming into 3 and 4, trying to help that car rotate and have good power off the corner. Can he gain some here? Let's go. P8 or P11 for the 8 car and crosses the line. P6, 32.213. All right, let's see. The only other car on track to get time currently is the 13, the Eagle, Kyle Heath. He's on his outlap, about to take the green flag here. Jonathan Hambrick is just coming off pit road, so once Kyle completes his run, we should be able to tie in and take a look at the 60 on track as well. And the only one left that hasn't attempted yet or gotten on track is the 66 of Todd Smith. Probably just waiting for it to be 3 wide on track before he comes out. He loves him some 3 wide. 3 wide Todd Smiths. We love you, Todd. So Kyle goes P6 on his first lap. Solid lap, 32.196. So there's a lot of cars in that 32.1 range. And everybody's had a slight pickup on lap 2. It seems. So if the 13 can make it happen here in 3 and 4, he might have a chance to get closer to the pole or the pole. Let's see what happens out of turn 4. Right up near the wall and across the line. 31.878, a tenth of a second for the Eagle, as he is our current pole sitter. Jonathan Hambrick is on his outlap. Coming to get the green right now in that 60 car. Way up to the wall there in 1 and 2. Let's see, we've still got a minute and a half left of qualifying. We're going to watch Jonathan. Oh, he locks the tires up coming into 3 a little bit. We're going to watch his first lap, and we're going to time over to Todd as well. Take a look at both of these drivers as they're both trying to qualify and get their starting position for tonight's race. See lap 1 for Mr. Hambrick, 33.798, P19. Todd Smith has taken the green. He is on his first lap in the 66 Han Chevrolet. I guess we just call them Chevrolets now. I don't even call them Camaros, I guess. Just the Chevrolet. Across the stripe for lap 1 for the 66. P19, 32.972. So trying to bet on this second lap being the money lap, as we've seen so many drivers have much better lap times with their second lap. See what happens as he gets down here to turn 3. Right next to that rumble strip. That
must not have counted.
Out of turn 2, or out of turn 4, and across the stripe. Where does he put it? P4, 32.117. We got 20 seconds left of qualifying, right at the end of the round. Nice lap, Kyle. Congrats on the pole. Nice lap, Kyle. Congrats on the pole, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's set the field. Kyle Heath, pole sitter Nolan Miller on the outside of the front row. Nolan Mills and Todd Smith, row 2. John Ross and Alex Fuller make up row 3. Marshall Gable and Edwin James, row 4. Jacob Rush, Trevor Benz, row 5. We've got Nick Sutton and Joseph Klein on row 6. As we go down here further, you're going to see we've got Leroy and Ben on row 7, Patrick and Taylor on row 8, Eric and Keith, row 9, Mark and Jonathan will round out the field on row 10. I don't know if anybody's comfortable here, Jonathan. This track has seemed to be pretty daring for the 50 minutes of practice we had. It's going to be interesting to see who figures it out the best and obviously can conserve some tire to make it to the end of this race. There's our field all lined up, ready to start rolling behind the pace car.
If y'all will pass Trevor, he's battling a wasp right now in his rig.
Oh, Trevor's battling a wasp in his rig. Please pass Trevor. Yeah, I can kind of see what you're saying there, Jonathan. I don't know. I was kind of hopeful the new package would maybe work a bit better.
Shut up.
But yeah, tough to say here. It definitely looks like it's a bear on the
67 up.
on the tires. Can't see where guys are on the track. It is going to be so hard without a track map. We're going to try to click it one more time just to see if it wants to work now. It does not. All right, the pace car is going to come down, and the field is going to get the green flag here. The pole sitter Kyle Heath has chosen the outside for the start of this race. Good luck, drivers.
Green flag.
Green is out. There we go. Good push from the 66 there on the start. Gets the 13 clear. Here comes the 77. The 48 gets a really good run on that inside line, but then you can see him start to get tight. He had to let off a little bit. Oh, we got a car in the wall. The 45. Alex Fuller. Hard into the wall. No caution. Wow. That's a tough break. His car is mangled. Go back and take a look and see what happened to him here. Comes out of the corner. Oh, it gets loose, and then he tries to correct it back out, and it just puts him right to the outside wall, and then a big hit to the inside wall as well. Tough break. has come down pit road. I think he may have, oh, there he is. He is currently on pit road. Tough break for Alex to start this race. That car just snapped unhappy. Kyle Heath leads Nolan Miller. Got the 77 of Nolan Mills battling Todd Smith for third. Looks like Nolan's going to take that spot. Right behind Todd, you have John Ross in the 76. Pull up our nameplates here. Right behind that, there's a little bit of a gap to the 98 of Marshall Gable. He is currently running 6th. Right behind him is the 33 of Trevor Benz. Edwin James is right behind him, running in 8th. Then you've got the 10 of Nick Sutton running 9th. And then Jacob Brush is rounding out the top 10, and that number 32 Chevrolet Panda Express on the hood. A little bit further behind him here, we got Joseph Klein in the 67, but the 14 on the paint. Looks like Mark Outlet is also off track. He's on pit road. Not sure what happened to Mark. Says he entered the pits. Looks like he had a 2X. Oh no, tough break for Mark. I don't know where that happened at. Alex Fuller's back on track. Nick Sutton just got by him. So maybe up front here. Close battle for second as the 77 looks underneath the 48 going into turn 3. They are side by side. 13, Kyle Heath leads. Looks like the 48 may have just brushed the wall, a little bit of dust. And the 66 is down there well underneath the 48 trying to make that pass for third. I know I don't have the track map, but we definitely have a prime group here of 5 cars that have pulled out a bit of a gap. We'll pull up the timing and scoring. Yeah, darn near a 2.5 second gap between 5th and 6th. Trevor Benz is the leader in that second group, back in 6th. Take a look here. Mark Outlet in the 80 did have to use a fast repair, so that fast repair is gone for the night for him already. So he is in some trouble as he is 2 laps down. Alex Fuller also with the incident he had coming out of turn 2 on lap 1. He has used his fast repair and he is 1 lap down. So both those drivers having some bad luck here to start the night. Such a long race, you hate to see it when anybody has bad fortune right off the bat. You don't want to see that fortune, but these guys prep and really commit to this season, these races, and then to have such a bad luck at the beginning, it's really hard to try to fight through that because it puts you so far behind the 8 ball. But we are guaranteed 2 cautions for stage breaks tonight. So that is something that could help those drivers, but it's still so far away. You're going to have some luck go your way. As you see, the brake rotors on the 13 get extremely hot on the front wheels of that car entering turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Take a look from behind. Nolan, roof cam. See him closing in on this 13. Elevated 5th gear, down to 3rd and 1 and 2. Looks like maybe down to 3rd here in 3 and 4 as well. Gear on both ends. 60 is. He says he didn't feel comfortable here at this track. Currently running P18. Looks like he is, you know, just trying to manage this car the best he can. Coming down into maybe pit road here. What's going on for the 60? Super slow. He is coming down pit road, so troubles for the 60 here. You see Patrick 87, BuildSubmarines.com, Ford Mustang, just kind of hanging in here behind the 23 of Keith Vaughn. Right in front of them is the 21 of Eric Broom. So they're all kind of together in their own group. A little bit further ahead, you have the 43. Leroy Koblenz, I believe. I may have said that wrong. I apologize. I'm terrible with names. Right behind the 4 of Taylor Curtin. Looks like the 43 is going to take a look to the inside going into turn 3 here. Pass for position. 43 gets clear of the 4. Now the 4 is going for the crossover. Gets back down low. 43 is able to hold him off and be able to get that car turned. Back out of turn 4. Good pass by the 43. A little bit in front of them, you got the 2 of Ben Summerford. Currently running P12. He's right behind the 32 of Jacob Rush. And then the 10 of Nick Sutton. And you have kind of a group here. You have Edwin James right in front of them. In the 8, and then you have a battle side by side for position. Joseph Klein looking to the inside on Trevor Benz. This is for 7th and 8th. They're going to battle it out down the front stretch here. Looks like Trevor's going to run it a bit high, get 14 on the 67, plenty of space. Joseph gets by for that position, takes 7th, and he's going to get rolling ahead here. Right ahead of him, Marshall Gable is pulled out of that second pack in 6th in the 98 car. Celsius on the hood. Ford Mustang. Oh, brake pedal issues for Jonathan Hambrick. Sorry to hear that, buddy. He decided it didn't want to work all the way. Can only get to about 60% brake. Tough brake for the 60. So that puts him on pit road. And most likely out of this race unless he can get that brake pedal fixed. Tough brake, brother. Oh yeah, something tough happened in there, buddy. I'm sorry to hear about that. That is a tough break here for round 2. Certainly from the guy that's 3rd in points. Tough break here at Gateway. Checking back into our top 5, Noah Miller in the 48. He is fallen back from the lead 4 cars, really. Ooh, brushed the wall there. In front of him is Todd Smith, again, right there with the 76 of John Ross. They are battling for 3rd here. And then Nolan is a little bit ahead of them, and he is staying on the tail of that Eagle, Kyle Heath, about 0.4 of a second off. Just a few car lengths separate those two. The Eagle and watch the gauges and just kind of see how much they're driving these cars. The Eagle's running it down to 4th gear. These guys have to go such a long way for this first stage. I mean, so is the second stage is super long too. So from what I heard in practice, a fuel run, these guys can make it on fuel at the end of this first stage. The second one could be questionable or close, but it's hard to say. See the Eagle down in the 3rd, down here 1 and 2. That's a tighter corner. Trying to get all the gearing you can there. 3rd to 4th, and then right up to 5th. A lot more shifting at this track than probably what they were expecting. And down to fourth only here in 3 and 4. Trying to use a little bit less power not to burn up the right rear tire. You still see hot brake rotors. Orange brake rotors going into the finish. They've gotten by while we're doing that. They got by the 80 of Mark Owlett. That puts him 3 laps down. Looks like the 23. Keith Vaughn is marked out of the race. Did not see anything happen to him. Looks like he entered pit lane and jumped to pits, and there's no note of contact or anything, so I'm not certain what happened to him. So Gateway is taking a bite out of a couple drivers so far. We got 2 drivers out of the race, and then we've got 2 drivers that are fighting contact that happened individually, not together, on the first opening laps there. And Alex Fuller was lap 1, turn 2, got loose, and then it overcorrected and snapped him to the outside. Then it knocked him to the inside wall. He took heavy damage and had to use a fast repair. He's 1 lap down in 17th, and Mark Owlett had an issue on track. We didn't get to see it, but he pitted early and used a fast repair as well. He is currently 3 laps down. As we just reported, he just got passed by the leaders. And Stokes88 in the chat saying, let's get it, number 21. Let's take a look at the 21 car. Eric Brew. Is Lost Mary Vapes. I heard the pit crew, they had a little station down there handing out free vapes to everybody that was of age. No children got them, but they had a little display out there before the race, and I'm a vapor myself, so I had to go down and grab a couple. So appreciate the team bringing that together for us tonight. He is currently running 16th. He is the last car currently on the lead lap. He is behind the 87 Patrick. That goes submarines, buildsubmarines.com. Number 87 Ford Mustang. I just realized the stage thing is not saved for me. Let me get that saved. Apologies on that. There we go. So there's something with these computers. Now that's updated so that we can see our stage laps right. Back up front. Let's take a look. That battle is still, it's gapped out just a little bit. It's a few more car lengths, but still under a second. And they are catching the 45 of Alex Fuller. He's in danger of going 2 laps down here. Camera shot up against the wall there. Ooh, orange brake rotors on the 13 there. I saw it that time. They cool off by the middle of the corner, but he is definitely getting them hot. 45 grazes the wall out of turn 4 in front of him. Oh yeah, orange, and then they cool off. And they've got a 1.3 second gap over the 76 of John Ross. Todd Smith has fallen back to about 4 seconds off the lead in 4th, and then Noah Miller in 5th is being battled. Like Joseph Klein has caught him, and they are going to be in a battle for P5, and they are 12 seconds off the lead. So we're definitely seeing some comers and goers. Biggest mover so far in the race is going to be at 67 is Joseph Klein. He is up 6 spots from where he started. And our biggest drop this race has been Alex Fuller. That spin out of turn 2 on lap 1 put him back a few positions. He's down 11 spots from where he started. So we see him right here in front of the leaders still, as we see Kyle Heath and Noah Mills closing up on them. And then here's the 76, John Ross. He is only 1.3 seconds back. He has definitely closed a bit of a gap on these guys and trying to get to battle for this lead here, as we are just past halfway through stage 1 here. So we're seeing tire wear and everything else take its effect. Fast lap of the race is a 31.885 run by Noah Mills in the 77. Right now, these leaders are putting down laps of 33.2s, 33.1s. So we're already seeing like 1.5 second drop off halfway through this run in total time per lap. So grip is diminishing. The cars are probably getting a bit tighter, and these guys are trying to manage it the best they can with downshifts. And see those brake rotors on that 13. Those front brake rotors are just sitting super hot. We're going to follow the 77 and see if we see the same thing from our camera angle for his car, because that could be something to look at. Okay, there it is. Yep, pretty orange on the front brakes as well for the 77. I'd say they're pretty similar on their brake bias and how much load they're putting to those front brakes, because that looked pretty similar. See what it looks like down here in the turn 1. Yep. Oh yeah. Getting good color orange, so getting a lot of heat in those front brake rotors in that big corner. Be able to get them cooled off. John Ross is within a second of the lead now, though. That 76 is coming. Talked to a lot of drivers in the beginning of practice, and they said, man, he's got a lot of raw speed. He was going to be a threat tonight, and he is showing it, running with these top 3 drivers here. Okay, the scene.
Leroy, I'm going to stay high in 1 and 2, give you room. Alrighty.
Ben Summerford over the radio. He's going to let the 43 by here. Leroy's going to take the bottom. Ben's going to take the top.
Thank you, sir.
Should have changed the position there by those 2 drivers.
No problem.
Let's see, checking in. Eric Broom is a lap down. Just missed it there. He got passed by the leaders. He is 1 lap down. That's 15 cars left on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is a Forge, Taylor Curtin. He's not too far from getting lapped by the leaders either. They are coming. It's crazy how long this stage is to how these cars are handling for some of these drivers. And we, if I had the track map working, we'd see cars all over the track. Unfortunately, it's not working tonight. I usually try to have it up. Gets by the 45 there. That puts the 45 2 laps down. A lot of respect being shown on the track between these drivers. There's the 76 making a good gain there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. While he's under the 45, he definitely closed in a good bit. He lost a little bit on exit there, but that 77 is really staying on the back bumper of the 13. Just a few car lengths. Basically a half a second between first and second, and just over a half a second between second and third. The rest of the field is back a good bit, as these 3 drivers have shown that they are the class of the field so far for speed. We're going to see how this stage, as we still have, under 20 laps to go, but there's still a lot of time to see this tire wear and see how it plans out. So now we're seeing drivers into the 33.2s.
66, I'm staying high.
Still staying just about over a second drop off, so these tires haven't had a huge fall off in speed. Taylor Curtin's on pit road. I think he said that was all he could take. Maybe he's coming down and going to take tires. Hopefully that doesn't hurt his strategies for the remainder of the race, as these drivers only have 4 sets of tires in the pits to change. completion of lap 55.
Hello,
Because of how spread out the field is, we will not wait for P10 to cross the stripe to complete lap 55. We'll throw the yellow once the leader is on the backstretch on lap 56. Top three, 10 seconds over the rest of the field currently, 20 seconds over everything from fifth on back almost. So it's been kind of a three-horse race in this first stage. We'll have to see if the competitors make any adjustments. As we see right now, 13 cars on the lead lap, and the 13th place is Ben Summerford, and he is not too far in front of the leaders. So Kyle Heath is going to be knocking on his door soon. See a battle for second kind of forming up here. '76 really trying to use that bottom, carrying a lot of speed in and holding pretty well on exit. Loses a little bit, but he's definitely making strides closer to that 77. But at the same time, the 77 is starting to make strides and get closer to 13. So still a three-way battle, three drivers under a second between the three of them, and they are all battling for the stage win. Time by with 10 to go in this stage. Now we see everybody kind of stretch back out a little bit. It's been kind of like a rubber band game. And the drivers get by, the leaders get by the two of Ben Summerford. Now there's a bit of a gap to 12th place, so maybe the rest of the field is safe with under 10 to go now, but I don't know. Could be close. So we see it is at the no, it's the 67. Joseph Klein coming down pit road a little early here in the 67/14. This is going to put him a lap down. Maybe a strategy call to pit before the stage, trying to make a play at the race win. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Tight battle still up front. We're at 8 laps to go in this stage. Kyle Heath leads, but Nolan Milnes is right there. So is John Ross. Tight battle. Further back, I'm looking just for other battles currently. The 32 and the 48 are side by side. 32 is going to take position entering, gets tight. He does get clear of the 48. Looks like the 33 is coming through too. 48 loses 2 spots there in 1 and 2. Nice. Ooh, way up to the wall. Loses 2 more on this end of the track, almost 1. 43 holds off from trying to stick it down the bottom there too tight. But that's going to put this 48 in a tough spot if he doesn't get going. We see the 14, the 67, of Joseph Klein. He's pitted, so he's trying to get by. Here comes the leaders. They still have 6 laps remaining. Like, this is... The 2 is pitting, we hear on the radio, so his car is just too much. He is hitting pit road here. So now we're seeing that happen more often, as that'll be the second driver to hit pit road before the end of the stage. We see the 48. Noah Miller goes a lap down. That's 10 cars on the lead lap. 13 leads. The 77 is there with a great middle of the corner. He is to the bumper of the 13. We have a battle here with 5 to go in this stage. And there's a lot of lap cars in front of these guys.
My bad, buddy.
These guys are catching the 43, the 33, and the 10. These guys are going to battle hard to try to stay on the lead lap. It is such a small field of cars. The 77 is taking a look for position here. 3 laps to go in this stage, and we have a battle for the lead. Nolan to the inside of Kyle. Looks like he's got good drive there off corner exit. As we see the 33 into the outside wall out of turn 2 right in front of him. The 77 to the inside, the new leader. Oh no, the 13 is sideways. Oh, what a save. Kyle Heath sideways into turn 3, saves it. What a save by the Eagle. Good evening, Ivan. All right, back up front. We see the 33 under pressure from the 76. 33's trying to be that first car 1 lap down, but these 2 cars in front of them are in danger with 2 to go of the 77 passing by. Oh, door to door, door to door. He gets by as well. Oh, what a tough battle. Here comes the 13 back. He's trying. Last lap of the stage. I think we had a problem there. The Eagle. Something happened there. Huge gap. The leader's going to come across the stripe here and complete this stage. Give it to Nolan. Stage 1. In the books.
Yellow's out. Can you see the pit sign now, or does it get more acclimated to it, or is it still difficult?
Yellow is out for stage completion. What a finish. Nolan Mills takes stage 1.
Dude, my tires have
John
got to be
Ross,
toast.
P2. Kyle Heath comes home P3 after that crazy slide. What a stage. We made it through the first stage without any incident for causes.
Yeah, Kyle, I thought she was just starting to drive good. I know he's coming back up there. It's a great save.
Yeah, it looked pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad I haven't changed my underwear yet, so you grab this race.
That save made it on the broadcast. Heck of a job, Kyle.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Great job.
See the leaders come down pit road. Can't wait to hear some tire readings here. All right, lead lap, and we got some lap down cars coming down pit road this time too. Little mixed bag. We got a couple of drivers. The 43 and 32 are staying out. They can pit next time. Oh no, there they are. They just hit pit road. Okay, the 10 is the lucky dog, I believe. So he is going to get sent around the pace car. There he goes. So he is on his way around now. He'll get service this next time by. And that'll leave us 9 cars on the lead lap for this restart. When we start stage 2, which is going to be just a few laps longer than stage 1. So, oh no, the 10. I think he was thinking that should have been pit time, I believe. The 10 may get dinged here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. I'm not certain on that. I believe that was his opportunity, unless they're treating it.
41 and 72.
$39.56.
The 10 is not going down pit road here. We're going to have to wait and see here. He got the lucky dog. He should have been available to go down last time
I
by.
feel 50-72, and I don't know how to run the second lane through 1 and 2. I'm missing a lot here.
A little bit of a mix up there.
Taking the inside or the outside?
Yeah, inside fine.
All right, 1 to go till we go racing again here. Second stage.
Jason, I got a black flag for passing under yellow. I have a drop to end already, so I can serve that and not get the hold.
Yeah, can I serve that as well? Just adjust it. Can't see what else I have.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. I'll get you guys taken care of here just a second. All right, the 10 is coming off pit road, getting back on the track, and the leaders to the restart zone.
Green flag.
76. John Ross up and going. Here we go, back to green. We had to go 55 laps in that first stint. This one, we just went green. We have 60 laps to go in this stage. They got to manage the tires even longer. And this is where I think fuel may come into play, as we see the 76 get a gap here on the 77 to start. The 13, everybody's kind of in tow, in line. All right, Ivan, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy. You have a good night. Green, a little bit of gap here. He has shown speed all night, and obviously he was close to battle for that end of that stage 1 win. But that clean air, you want to kind of get up there and go. But these drivers have to save these tires even longer here right front tires in the mid 40s and even 39 for the Eagle Kyle Heath. We see a lot of cars brush the wall out of turn 2 there. It is going to be, I think we're going to see more attrition between these drivers as this field kind of spreads out again. We're already seeing it a little bit. As the lead is up to 0.7 of a second. Kyle Heath, though, right on the back bumper of the 77, entering 1 with her battling for second and third.
Caution.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Sorry about that. I overdrove the corner. Man, it's my fault. I claim that.
All right, so that is lap 62.
Sorry to ask. When's the next stage?
Number 2 claims that one.
120.
I'm going to go back and take a look at this. See what happened here.
I always pull up check-in on my top screen so I
The 2 just, yeah, like you said, overdrove a little bit, got into the 48.
Yeah, I only got 3. I wish I had a 4th.
Tough break for Noah there, as that's going to get those tires angry.
I wish I had 3. Only got a 1.
Yeah, I upgraded in my time off. It's much better.
The leader here is just trying to catch the pace car. So there's our first caution for Cause. 2 cars claim that he got into the 48, overdrove the corner, which the replay shows. We have some cars coming down pit road.
Hey, Keith, do you mind looking and see the right front here?
I think we're going to see a car get the lucky dog. Should be the 87, I believe.
What, 19?
Alright, they're getting down for him.
Low lane for me, bottom.
Alright, so we wait to see the field come off of pit road. I think that's everybody. There we go. That is notated. That is good. So we are all good there. So that yellow gets us 10 cars back on the lead lap. And then 11th and 12th, the 33 and the 21 are 1 lap down. And then we've got the 48, the 45, the 2, they're 13th, 14th, and 15th. They are 2 laps down. And then the 80 and Mark Outlet still 3 laps down. 16th. Ford Taylor Curtin is on pit road. Oak just come off pit road. He is 3 laps down as well. And then we have Joseph Klein did call it a race. I did not notice that when he pitted with a few to go, but he called in the night. He is out of the race in 18th, along with the 23, Keith Vaughn in 19th, and Jonathan Hamrick in the 60 with brake pedal issues, finishes P20 tonight. Alright, as the field gets ready for this restart, the leader has chosen the inside line, John Ross. He has led 8 laps so far. Kyle Heath in second has led 52. Nolan Milnes is our other lap leader. He's currently in 8th. He has led 5 laps. And the 87 has a black flag. I'm not sure why.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. '76 with a good start on the 13. comes the 98. Marshall Gable moving up here. Back behind them, you've got the 43, the 77, the 66. You got side by side between the 10 and the 32. 77 and 43 side by side, battling here for 4th and 5th. A lot of battles here around the track. He's going to hold on to that position for now. That yellow maybe helps some of these guys tire-wise. I mean, it's just another caution, a few laps to kind of take it easy. Again, fuel I thought would be right on the edge for these guys for a full run, so maybe that caution helped a lot of these guys get to their fuel window. Only time will tell. You got to watch the race to find out now. Shout out to the 33. He is currently in the lucky dog spot if we do have a caution come out. Ooh, bunch of smoke off the wall there from the 45. These corners, the car gets super tight. You're going to see these guys just floating out towards the wall, trying to...
You can take it in one here, Kyle. I think I knocked the toe out of it.
John Ross thinks he's knocked the toe out of the car. Front end looks okay. Hard to see anything. I don't see anything heavy damage-wise, except maybe right on top of the fender. There's a little bit of angle there. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Car looks good from here. As you see, the 13 just scraped the wall on exit. They have pulled away from Marshall Gable by 1.5 seconds. Back on the lead now. And the lucky dog last caution. Lead up front, still about 0.2 of a second. Car length and a half. 2 car lengths entering one. The 76 entering low, kind of sliding up. The 13's entering higher and down. Both are right on that wall. Let's jump on the roof here of the 13. Grabs that curve, just trying to stay down as low as he can. Back in the throttle as early as you can, but the car gets tight. And that dirty air from these cars in front of you, you've got to be playing with that too. So now he still enters higher than the 76 and then tries to turn down and then get a straight exit. Trying to not put as much wear on that right front tire and use the rears to power down as he was in 3rd gear there in turns 1 and 2. Turns 3 and 4 he's been primarily staying in 4th, I believe. There's the 5th, and that should be the last shipment. Yep, down to 4th, down to 3rd, trying to turn the car, rotate it. Here, these drivers are working at a lot of shifts every lap. Trying to control these cars and get them to rotate the corner, turn, not get tight and push to the outside wall. See him get him.
Not 2nd gear, watch out, coming up.
You got it. See what happened to Todd here. Oh, he gets loose. Overdrives it into 3, and kind of like what happened to the Eagle
I'm gonna stay high
earlier.
here. Say hi.
I hit the wrong button. Good save through the grass. The 76 has let the 13
Hey,
by
like
there.
you're doing pretty good leading.
Yeah, I think I knocked the toe out of it. It's not feeling right.
Kyle Heath back to the front. After the 76, John Ross has led 18 laps. Trevor Benz with an issue. He is on pit road. Not sure what happened to our Daytona winner, but I do see 2X contact. So some damage to that car has made it where he needs to come down pit road. Tough break. Or again, our Daytona winner 1 week ago. This is going to put him a couple laps down, if not more. That's going to be a tough fight back. He is currently the last car on track, still in 17th. All right, battle for the lead, has a 4-second lead over Marshall Gable. Marshall showed a pretty good spurt there at that restart, and then kind of got into his mode, and this is what we saw in that first stage. These guys are not overdriving as much. They just don't feel comfortable with it. They're really trying to manage the cars, and they just can't carry the speed like the 13 and 76, and even the 77 did in that first stage. Now you see kind of what a restart mid-pack, restarted 8th, I think it was there on that last restart for Nolan. So either he is managing the tires a little bit more this run, knowing that he just can't get there, but he is definitely running a bit more manageable lap times on this stint. But he's currently 4th, not a bad spot to be. Still a lot of racing to be had, because we are only on lap 80 of 220. What I thought was going to be a bit of a short night at a quick track has turned into that. It's a long race, 220 laps. So you guys are going to get their workout as we see who can make it to the end of this one. Kind of spread out. Let's go through the field. Kyle Heath currently first. That 13 Auburn car, the Tiger Eyes looking at you from the rear bumper. There's the War Eagle. Just out here leading laps at Gateway. Right behind him is the 76 of John Ross. Again, he's led some laps here tonight as well. Super fast car. Wild Man Racing logo there. Bell Buckle, Tennessee. Good to have John Ross here with us tonight. Back to P3 is Marshall Gable. He's currently running 3rd at 98 Celsius Ford Mustang. Right behind him we have Nolan Mills, Philadelphia. At 77. RaceCPI.com. Great looking car. Love that color combination. Right behind them, we'll have 5th place. It's going to be the 43. Leroy Dublins. Dover, Delaware.
Go low here, Nolan.
Right behind him in 6th is going to be the 66 of Todd Smith. He's got Noah Miller right in front of him, and Noah's currently running 12, 2 laps down. Piedmont, Alabama, for Mr. Todd Smith. Right behind Todd, you have Edwin James. He's currently running 7th from Augusta, Georgia. This is hometown. Currently resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. Running 8th is the 10 car, Nick Sutton. He's got Alex Fuller right there to his inside in the 45. USPS Ford Mustang. Chevy runs up high in turns 3 and 4. And then in 9th, you have the 32 at Jacob Rush from Midland, North Carolina. P10. going to be Patrick Rowitz. He is from Montreal. And he loads us up with a couple Canadians here in our league. Appreciate him being a part of the league and the racing that we do. It's awesome to have new members, and hope he's enjoying himself as he is still on the lead lap. He got the lucky dog last time by, last caution. So fighting to stay up in front right now. He is just kind of trying to check. He's in just over a half a lap down. So currently 11th. You have the 21, Eric Groom. He is one spot away from the top 10. He is first car, only car, currently one lap down in his Lost Mary Vape sponsorship, Chevrolet. Then you have Noah Miller, who we saw, he's in the lead pack here with the 66. He is 2 laps down in 12th. Back, we saw him earlier as well, Alex Fuller in 45. He is 2 laps down in 13th. Then you have the 2 of Ben Summerford from Fulton, Mississippi. He is currently 14th, 2 laps down as well. Running 15th will be our other resident Canadian, our Can-American, Mark Ouellette. Or Wallet. I'll get it one of these times. He is running 3 laps down currently, and he is on the same lap as Taylor Curtin, who's in the 4 car running 16th place. Then after that, we are going to check in. Yep, there he is, the 33, Trevor Benz, still on track, 7 laps down after what must have been some damage because he had to use a fast repair. So he is still in the race, but he is 7 laps behind the leader currently. Tries to make it to the end of the shindig. Back up front, we have had a lead change. Looks like that 76 has gotten by the 13.
Oh, you're good.
Just checking in, heard some chatter there. Close racing by the 66 and 43. You know, this battle between these 2 cars up front, they have, we're at stage lap 35 of 65, so we just made it past halfway in the stage. These guys have a long way to go. And then once we complete that stage, we still have 100 laps left. Grueling race here on Thursday night. Tough battle at 76. Let the 13 by earlier, said he felt like he may have knocked a toe out. He's tapped the wall a few times. Nothing crazy. He's still got 0 incident points, so it may feel like he knocked a toe out of it, but the car has been fast, and he's definitely showing it right now as he stretches out about a 4-car length lead over the 13. The Eagle is still doing that thing, running higher into 1, kind of cutting it down, straight off exit out of 2. The 76 runs a bit lower and then kind of diamonds it and comes up in the center. 2 different driving styles, battling within 0.3 of a second apart. 5 seconds back, you have Nolan in the 77. Looking at lap times, he has been running faster laps than the front 2, so he is trying to close that gap and has been just a little bit. And that lap he about matched him, not much faster there. So, but anything's still possible. We still have a stage break, obviously. We have a long stage with these tires this run, so I feel like once we get through this stage, you're going to have 100 laps to decide this, but you're going to have probably where you have to stop once for fuel, but you have 2 sets of tires you can take if you've taken only 1 at each stage break, and it still leaves you 2 sets of tires. So we may see some strategy come into play depending on how far off these guys feel like they are to try to have a strategy chance at maybe a good finish or a top 5 or a win even. So still a lot to be had in tonight's race. 76 gets a little bit fresh air here from the 13. Just a half a second, but that's still, you know, that's decent. These guys are keeping a 5-second gap over third place. Keeping the racing between themselves right now and just trying to kind of fight their way to the end of the stage. Because that last stage, being 100 laps, is really where we're going to see the battles and the strategy come into play, I feel like. Now we have 10 cars on the lead lap, but we do have 10th place, the 87. He is 25 seconds off the pace. These guys are running 33-second laps, so just about 8 seconds ahead of the leaders is the 87. Will be in you know, depth of going a lap down here in a handful more laps or so, maybe another dozen. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Rest of the top 9 all within 14.5 seconds of the lead. This is a workout night for these drivers. This is a tough track, wearing tires, and it's a long race. It's I think a bit longer than what we've kind of expected this to be, but these drivers have stepped up to the challenge. They're giving it their best. Saw the 76 out of turn 4 there, a slight brush with the wall again. He's had a few points of contact with it, but nothing too severe tonight. The 98 is on pit road. Not sure if this is a strategy call or something happened. I'm looking. I don't see anything on my records here, so I'm not certain what happened with the 98, but this is such a long, slow pit road. Down to his pit box, pit crew to serve, right sides go up. Pit crew's going to get around to the left side, and yep, tires go up, 4-tire change. Oh, and a blink. There we go, he's back. 15.1 second pit stop for the 98. I think. BM55, I agree. Next Gen Racing is definitely one of the best. It's been a blast to watch these cars. I love racing them. I just have a pure pleasure for the Gen 6 car. I love the way it drives, the challenges it provides. I'm kind of sad that iRacing keeps
I'm staying high.
dropping the setups to where now we're down to just 20-some tracks left to race at. But I mean, the next gen car is where it's at. That's what we're racing for real. And these guys are taking these newer setups that iRacing gave us and putting it to its test here at Gateway tonight. So yeah, Marshall Gable in the 98, that pit stop for tires in the middle of this stage has awarded him being the only car 1 lap down. He is just kind of checking timing and scoring. He is a half a lap ahead of the leaders too, so he's going to have a little bit more speed as I'm looking here. His last lap was a 32.8. 33.2s, 33.3s, so 32.6 for Marshall. So the 98 car is coming around the track a bit faster than everybody else, trying to make something happen to maybe challenge the 76 and the 13. Nolan is still 5 seconds back, managing that gap, 5.2 currently. So that's stayed about the same for the past 20 laps or so. No, good question. First person view, we do some in-car runs at times, but nothing too much. We'll do a little bit of riding along. We've got a roof cam and cockpit cams and stuff that we do during the race. But usually this is more of a formal broadcast, kind of what you would see more in real life. Oh, here we go. There's a pit strategy by the 13. Did not see this coming. Kyle Heat to pit road. This is not the strategy I expected, but I think I understand it. This stage being longer, these drivers are going to try to make these pit stops and kind of force the hand of the leader a little bit. As we see, here's the leader coming out of turn 4 in the background right now. Kyle is going to most likely fall a lap down. Let's see as he comes around the corner here. It's going to be a tight battle. Tries to get off pit road here. He's going to, yeah, he's right in front of the leader and on fresh rubber. He did not lose a lap in that exchange. So maybe a very good call by the Eagle right there. Take a look from John Ross. We'll jump in his car right now. How about we take a look? The leader riding along. We'll give you a little bit more realism. The gyro cam. All the way down to 3rd gear. These next gen cars just have a lot of bars right in the way right there. On top of it, we had the roof cam right on the roof. See, that 13 car is going to start checking out. We took those tires, that pit stop, and it was a 6.7 pit stop. So actually, it wasn't tires. He went for fuel. I did not see the speed of that pit stop until just looked right now. That was a 6.7 pit stop. Alex Fuller is off track to pit road. So Kyle not changing tires but taking fuel. Maybe he took right sides there. I don't see a huge improvement, but he is definitely faster, so maybe he just did right sides there. He's currently 8th place. Last car on the lead lap. See him getting closer to the 80 of Mark Owlett, and it is official. The pit stops are automated by iRacing. You can choose what you want to do on your pit stop, fully customizable like real life. You can just take one side of tires, both sides or none. You can choose how much fuel you want to take. If you need a windshield tear off, all of that stuff can be chosen. And then it's all about getting on and off the pit road and not speeding and getting caught with any violations. So when you're in your pit box for service, it's automated by iRacing. You don't have any control over that other than what the service is for. You see back up front, the 77 is closing on the 76 a little bit. What was close to a 5-second gap between those two drivers, now down to 2.7, 2.8 seconds is the gap.
I'll stay high, though.
Taylor,
I'll stay high.
That's the 77 by. Check back up front. John Ross, again, losing just a little bit of his gap, a little bit of his lead here in that 76 car. He's led 42 laps so far tonight. We are at 9 to go in this stage. just a heads up, drivers, just like we did last stage when the leaders on the back stretch at the beginning of lap 121 will throw the stage caution because how far the field is gapped up.
Completion of 120, right?
Yeah, we got to complete 120, so when the leaders in 121 turn 2 is when the caution will come out.
Thank you. I have the memory of goldfish tonight.
All right, so now we're going to watch. Actually, I should stay on them, see if they... I don't see the car being lifted. Nope, just a quick pit stop here. 5.9 seconds, taking some fuel. Now the 77's coming down the front stretch here. Again, he's going to try to do the same thing that the 13 did, come out in front of the leader, which I think he's gotten covered here. Kyle has gone by, but there's the 77 in the foreground. Yep, in the background there. So yeah, the 76 stays on the lead lap with his stop as well. It's going to leave us 8 cars on the lead lap currently. Right now the 87 is in position for the lucky dog when the stage ends. Just realized the banner had stayed up on the screen. My apologies.
Bob.
Smith on the radio. He's up to P3. Radio to 33. Take the inside. Trevor Benz still fighting. 7 laps down to P16 now that the 45 has dropped out of the race. So that's a position gain for who was our race winner last week at Daytona. Tied for the points lead coming into the night. Trying to get everything he can out of that car to finish this race tonight. So right now, looking at the standings, Edwin James is P2, the 8 car. Gingerbread Man running the bottom line here in 1 and 2. 48 right in front of him. Noah Miller coming to pit road here. Strategy playing a part earlier in this race than I kind of thought of with 4 to go. Some of these guys just not able to make it on fuel. Pit road closes when the leader crosses the stripe to get 2 to go. So not this time by, but the next time when no one crosses the stripe, pit road will close. There will be penalties if drivers have to pit. So that's why we're seeing some of these drivers pit before that closes so they don't get a penalty. As just like in real life. 3 laps remain here in stage 2. 77 has a 12-second lead. Kyle Heath is moving through the field. He has made up a handful of spots here. He's up to P4. Now as we're getting ready to cross the stripe here for the leader, just going to check the screen to make sure pits do close. They do. There we go. 2 laps remain. And once the leader has completed the stage, we will then call the yellow once they are coming out of turn 2.
John, I'll stay high in 1 and 2 for you.
Yeah, all good. Appreciate it.
One lap remains in stage 2. 77 looking strong. Took stage 1. He's on path to taking stage 2 here. Now to me it looks like the front of his car looks like it's a little weird, but I think it's just the new Camaro body. The new Chevrolet body. Yeah, that right front's got a little bit of wear on it. Made friends with the outside wall maybe a couple times. So as he comes across the stripe, he's going to win stage number 2. As he cruises around here, we're going to have the yellow deployed as soon as he gets to turn 2.
Caution.
There we
Talk
go.
about your car real quick.
Yeah, the strategy for these guys in the middle 4 to 8, I mean, they don't have the fastest cars tonight. I mean, we've seen good speed, obviously, out of the 13 and the 76. So their strategy was to go ahead and have the pit, have the fuel to make it to the end. Maybe try to have a shorter pit stop here under yellow. But you have drivers that obviously with only 8 on the lead lap, it looks like the 9th place car, the 98. Marshall Gable should get the lucky dog when the pace car hits the stripe here. And he is right behind the leader. Just a reminder for under caution, when you get the lucky dog, the lap that you get that lucky dog, pits should be open for you that time. The past 2 I've seen drivers make a whole lap around and then pit, and they've gotten black flags. So just a heads up on that.
21 stop, supposed to be in front of me. He's way back behind me now. I'm gonna get a black flag because of it.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm out of gas. So, I'm barely getting to the pit road.
Alright, 10-4. Thanks for the heads up on that, though. Yeah, still give me a black. Even though we run out of gas.
Nope. Yeah, we gotta go, boys. We're gonna get lapped here.
Give me a bump here. Good.
How about that? Give me a black because we run out of gas.
Ken, I take it you're out again.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud.
I appreciate it, whoever's giving me a bump there.
Well, that's the craziness we see. A couple guys running out of fuel as soon as the yellow came out there to end that stage. And with that, I'm going to double check. I just got to make sure everything got recorded for that stage. It did. Okay. Well, stage results are recorded. We are all good there.
I'll take the outside.
Watching the field here just to see what happens. We got some lap down cars. Okay, they're falling to the back. 77 has chosen the outside line for this restart. Now we're just down to under 100 laps. I don't know if that was... Yeah, I don't know if that was... I mean, he was just asking for some help, and he got some help,
in my
which was awesome.
It's not letting me, like I'm, the sign's on my hood. It's not letting me tow it. Like, I don't know what to do.
Uh-oh, the 10 is stuck.
Race control?
I have no way of fixing that. You could try to get out of the car and see if it auto tows you, but I don't know what else to do there. All right, leaders are coming around turn 4 to take the green to start stage 3. What's up, Jarris? Where are we at, boss? We're here. We're here. Still got my voice. 77 spins his tires. 66 to the lead. That'll be the first lap led for Todd Smith tonight as he got to the stripe there with the 77, spinning his tires on that restart. That car looked out of sorts. What do these drivers do? If they all have 2 sets of tires still in the pits, do you 2-stop this and split it 30, around 30, 33 laps a run, or do you try to 1-stop it and run 50-50? A lot of different strategies to play here depending on where you're at in the field and how fast your car has been. So we're going to see what happens here in the unfolding the last 95 laps of tonight's race. Todd Smith is our leader. We currently have 8 cars on the lead lap. I think the 10. Okay. Lost him. 10 is out. He did not get that car replaced back where he... Oh, that's a tough break for the 10. He ran out of fuel and didn't get lined up in his pit stall right, and with no fuel, they wouldn't.
I'm so scared back there. I'm trying not to even overdrive it. I don't understand how to run it.
So tough break for the 10 of Nick Sutton. That's going to, with him out of the race, that'll move him down to 16th in a handful of laps, but that'll move Mark Owlett, Taylor Curtin, and Trevor Benz all up a spot. Todd leads. Kyle Heath battling for second with Nolan in the 77 here. Side by side into one. Looks like the 13's going to get clear here. Just trying to watch these battles. I mean, these guys have been 2 of the 3 fastest on this track tonight. And we see the 76 off in the distance there. He's currently running 6th. So the 66 with clean air is running pretty good lap times, pretty comparable.
I think we'll hold the brake longer or something, I don't know.
As he says he's still trying to learn this track. Battle side by side back there for 4th. Jacob Rush, Edwin James, side by side entering turn 3. 32 goes way up near the wall. The 8 stays down near the curb. They come out of the corner. 8 gets that position. There's the 76 there. John Ross looking to make a pass on one or both of them here as well. Waiting for the right opportunity as the 8 and 32 still battle.
I need a taller gear.
Comment from the 77. Couldn't hear what he said there. Still a really good run for him tonight. He has won both stages. Going to try to attempt a sweep in tonight's race as he has an opportunity to do that. Currently our lap leader at 60 or 17. No, Kyle is our lap leader at 64 laps left so far. Nolan has 17. Ooh, we see the 13 into the outside wall out of turn 2. Drivers are not afraid to get up there and scuff that wall up a little bit. See Edwin up higher here in 3 and 4. Here comes the 76, John Ross right behind him. Behind John Ross is Jacob Rush. We've seen him. They're battling with the 8 a little while ago. A little bit further back, Marshall Gable in the 98. Running 7th. Good run for him. He's had a good car tonight. He's got the lucky dog there, I think, on that last caution. 43. How about the 43 Leroy out there running P8? Now the scoreboard is updated there. Frame's looking good. Thanks, boss. I appreciate it. My frames are always looking good. Darn it, 5090 Harris. Yeah, we've got some vets in the league. Guys that have been in here with us from the beginning back in 2024. We got Todd Smith, Kyle Heath. Nolan joined right after the beginning, was a good part of the league for a good while. Edwin's been here since the start in the 8. Ben, he's one of the founding members of FGR as well. He's here in the 2. Noah Miller has run with us for a good while, had a little break, and is now back racing with us. Taylor Curtin's been with us for a few seasons now in the 4. Mark Owlett, another driver, has been with us since the beginning. Trevor Benz in the 33. Got a lot of drivers in the field here. Alex Fuller, Joseph Klein have raced with us for a good while. Johnson Hambrick as well. So good amount of drivers that have stayed with us or been with FGR for a good while or since the inception back at February 2024. Todd Smith still putting out laps here. Let's jump on the gearbox. Take a look back. See the Eagle there. 0.6 seconds back. See some sparks there on entry into one. Let's go to the nose of Kyle Heath. See what he sees there in Todd Smith. As he tries to close this gap to 66, is making something happen with that little bit higher line. Look at him drop down into 4, get a great straight exit out. And he is stretching that gap 0.8 of a second, is the lead currently. Yep, we do interviews. We interviewed the top 3 finishers of every race in First Gear Network. So we will get to talk to our top 3 finishers tonight after the race. That bump in turn 1, I'm seeing sparks out of all of these cars. Really rough getting into one there.
Yeah, the way to drive this track, Todd, is to get clean air.
I'm saying it does help a lot.
As we hear Todd and Nolan talking back and forth there, Todd has definitely found a different gear with this car now that he's got clean air and he's up front, as he is able to keep the gap between himself and the 13 and the 77. John Ross trying to tow them in. He's about 3.5 seconds back of the lead. He's closed that gap a little bit. A little bit behind him, we're seeing Edwin James has kind of pulled out as the 5th place car. He has about a second gap over the 32 of Jacob Rush now. So we saw them battle a little bit ago for position, and then both of them got passed by the 76, but the 8 showing some strength here as he has got the 48 looking to his inside. Noah holds up, doesn't take that spot. Noah is 3 laps down currently. He's not trying to race lead lap cars too hard, but he's definitely seems maybe a little bit quicker right now. So now he takes a look to the inside of the 8. We'll see if he sticks it down here in the turn 3. No harm, no foul. The 8 lets off, lets the 48 by. We're not racing for position right now. Let's manage this gap and try to stay and have a fight for a top 5. It's Edwin James' thoughts right now. So the Gingerbread Man is having a really good run. And again, can't say enough about that 98. Marshall Gable still running a really good race. 7th place, lead lap. As we go back here, we're just going to check in. I'm going to go and flip up the driver details. Take a look at drivers that are a lap or more down. 9th place, the 87. Patrick is currently 1 lap down. Right in front of him is 10th place, Ben Summerford in the 2 car. He's got himself a 10th place run looking, a top 10 possibly, but he is 2 laps down. Only car 2 laps down currently. Then we just saw earlier the 48 Noah Miller. He's running 11th. He is 3 laps down. And then in 12th we have Eric Broom. He is 3 laps down as well. And then Lost Mary Chevrolet. May have lost Mary, but he hasn't lost the will to drive this race car tonight. Doing a good job, currently running 12th. And again, he is 3 laps down, and then he has a 2-lap gap over 13th place. Taylor Curtin in the 4 is currently 5 laps down. He is battling with Mark Ouellette for position. This is a battle for position between the 4 and the 80. 13th and 14th at hands here, folks. Ford versus Chevy, green versus a different color shade of green. battling it out here at Gateway. And then a little bit further back, we have Trevor Benz, still 7 laps down from an issue earlier in stage 2. He has stayed 7 laps down, hasn't fallen any further back, has had a pretty good car the rest of the race so far, but really out of contention of gaining any spots other than when drivers have left or had issues and called it a night. He's gained 2 or 3 spots doing that tonight, so props to Trevor for hanging in there and trying to make it to the end. Back up front, Todd Smith still leads. You see that 13 has gotten closer. No doubt about it. Big crowd here at Gateway tonight. Stands are full. You hear that 66 downshift 2 times into turn 3, so he's going down to 3rd gear. Good to hear, Robert. Thank you for the heads up. Really appreciate it. Good to hear Andrew's okay. I know he loves racing with us, and we love having him here. He's been a big part of the family here now for a long time, so glad to hear he's okay. Andrew, we're missing you on track, buddy. See all these cars kind of running a little bit different lines, trying to manage the best they can to get the most out of the car, and these lap times are pretty close between the top 2. 3rd place is a little bit faster. 4th was even faster. So they're closing in. You can see them. So that dirty air that the 13's getting from the 66 seems to be giving him some issues, because he has kind of caught up to him and then fall back a little bit, and then caught up and then fall back. It's given time for the 77 and the 76 to gain that time back, and they're back in position to battle for this race lead and race win, as we have 72 laps remaining. Ooh, little wall brush by the 77 there. Good to hear, Robert. Got to have them there Saturday night. Chicagoland, the Gen 6 series. It's going to be a blast. Week 1 was fun at Auto Club. Came down to a really close finish, 18 thousandths of a second for the win between the 9 car and the 13 of Kyle Heath. Really close battle. That was fun. Edwin had such a good call. Oh no, the 66 into the outside wall. Overdrove turn 1. So yeah, we got a big race. We got to follow up with Chicagoland, and Chicagoland and those cars have provided some really good races over the past few seasons. So it's going to be excited to see what Saturday night brings. We are off tomorrow night. ARCA series on Friday nights for Friday Night Clash is off this week and next week. We'll be back in a couple more weeks on Friday night. So we're excited for tonight and excited for Saturday night at Chicagoland. I think that's going to be a great race. Top 3, all within a second. P4, 1.9 back. Everything is getting closer as we see the 66 running really high. Doesn't get down to the bottom for exit, so the 13 closes in a good bit there. We see a light brush from the 76. What a fun race this has been. This has been a heck of a run. This is a long hauler. As we are now at 10 o'clock Eastern, a little bit longer than we want these races to really be. And I think it's just because we haven't run Gateway in these cars yet. We didn't know what to expect, and now we're finding out. Next time we come, we'll probably come a little bit shorter package. Yeah, Jareth, we're going to miss having you there too. It's a bummer. That's such a fun track to run, so I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to get on track. New wheelbase, a lot more force. I'm going to get worn out. but I had to get up there and match the Eagle in equipment because I feel like that's why I don't have the equipment to compete with him. I still don't have the pedals, but that's a step. We'll get there, but big step in the wheel. I'm excited for Chicagoland. I think it's going to be a blast. You see the guys here, the lead pack starting to catch the 21.
On the same low backstretch.
Eric is called over the radio saying he is staying low. Looks like he's had some contact with that outside wall with that right front. Red brake rotors on all these cars, just heavy braking with these tires worn out. Now we're getting to that part of the run where I was starting to wonder if drivers were going to try to make this a two-stop or not. We're right on the edge of a third of this final stage, so I'm interested to see if anybody makes that call or if these guys try to run it all the way to halfway and get to 50 to go before pitting. So the pit window for a two-stop is open. The pit window for a one-stop I don't think is open yet. So be interested to see kind of how this happens and ebbs and flows. As we see the 66 just so hard on the brakes. Gets a good exit there though. He's going to pull some ground here on the 13. Jared, I just bought mine to still finish in the back. Hey, it takes time, Bubba. It takes time. You'll get there, I promise. You keep the work ethic that you bring to the track, and I promise we'll get you there. It takes time. It's such a hustle to try to focus on this equipment, getting everything lined up right, and bringing the best you got to the track and trying to stay focused on it. And then you got to outlive all the issues that happen on track, you know, and be lucky, and that it's all a big game in some of these races. So I think you'll get there. Just gotta learn how to wrangle the equipment. That's how I feel now. I did a race with the new wheelbase last night at Pocono, and it kicked my butt. I may have finished second, had a good race, but I didn't feel like I knew all that I could do yet. I still have a lot to learn. As we see a change here for second, the 77 got by the 13. Oh no, contact, caution is out.
Got some loud and clear. I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all of them underwear.
Did not.
Again.
And that was lap 156. Just gonna get that.
I was getting tight. I had to pedal it.
Let's see. Here's a good shot. We just see the 13 get tight, and just grazes the rear of the 77 as he gets sideways. And he slides right down. The 13 locks it down. They're trying not to hit the wall. Oh, just a little graze with the nose of the 77 and then maybe a tap by the 13. Maybe not heavy damage there for either of those drivers as they made it through that, I think, without too much trouble. Tires are slid and hot, though. And they are down pit road. Everybody's on pit road except for the 87 getting the lucky dog. This is going to change the strategy just a little bit. We're at 62 laps remaining.
I think that's a racing deal, but I'll take the blame.
Probably a racing deal.
Here to claim by the 13.
Eat my booty sticker on the thing.
My apologies, I missed that. Was that a claim there by the 13?
Yeah, that's a claim. That's a claim.
Outside.
66 calls for the outside on this restart. 77 is going to restart on the inside of the front row. And then the 13 is going to fall back to the tail end of the longest line. Alex, that was a tough hit there in turn 1 or turn 2 there, lap 1. That thing just jerked, snapped back. Looked like you were trying to keep it from going down in front of everybody, and it just drove you into the wall and then shot you all the way down the inside wall, brother. Sorry to see that. And then we've got Trevor on pit road still. I've got Ben Summerford and Tent still on pit road. Now, if my calculations are correct, this may put us into the window. We're going to restart with 60 to go. Maybe, since we went 55 on that first stint. I don't know. Maybe this is the shot for the end. I guess we'll have to see how it happens here. All right, field comes out of turn 4. Leader to the restart zone.
Green flag.
Green is out. 66 with a great start. How about the 32? Jacob Rush running third. Here comes the 8 to the inside of the 43.
Remember, guys, no change your lanes before the start finish line on restart.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Guys, just quickly, just remember, nice and smooth, take in fluid, stay by those fans, do what you can to keep.
Looks like the battle of the 4 and the 80. Oh, no, it happened before that. Let's go to the 80 here. Take a look and see what happens. Watch it in real speed. 21 overdrives, and we have a checkup. Oh, the 80 gets loose. Did he see the checkup? Ah. It's like the car just did not like him getting on the brakes with fresh tires, and he gets sideways.
The store,
The enter and 3 there.
And then the 98 couldn't hold up. Gets the 80 sideways into the 4. Oh, into the side of the 80. Doesn't look like heavy damage, but definitely a tough break there. That was lap 160. Alright, as we tune back in. 77's coming down pit road. So is the 43, the 76, and the 13. Leader Todd Smith stays out. That caution gets Ben Summerford, I believe, from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. And he's got a 2-lap gap over the 11th place Noah Miller.
All those people in that race control club could have hollered out about the Lucky Dog stuff snuck up on me.
iRacing tells you.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm sorry, I'm not spotting for you, I'm broadcasting. I apologize.
There's 6 other people, I think, up there in the... it don't matter, it's fine. I wasn't calling you out. It's all good, really.
Yeah, I mean, we never really call it out unless somebody's not getting in the way. So I mean, I get if you weren't getting out of the way, I apologize. But yeah, iRacing calls out when the lucky dog gets awarded. So it's something we got to pay attention to.
Come around me, Taylor. It's time for me to let you by. Todd, I apologize. But I was doing everything I could to catch the pace now.
The only reason I said something was because whoever was behind me and then you popped up all of a sudden. If I'd have swerved to the right, I'd hit you. It's my fault. It's all on me. It's all on me. My bad. I just didn't see you till you was right at my car is all I was saying. No big deal.
Hey, what's the lane situation up there? I'm being told outside.
21, I got to let you by.
What's up with the lanes up front? I'm being told outside.
Yeah, the leader chose outside, so you're on the inside lane for the restart, Jacob. You're good right there. P2 inside. P2 inside.
I gotta let you by 21.
Iris, thanks.
Green flag.
Restart zone. Here we go.
I mean, I didn't mean to pass him, but he missed a shift or slowed down or something there.
Is that you have a black flag or something?
No, but, you know, it was before the start-finish line, so I just want to make sure I'm good. It looks like he just pulled over.
Yeah, if you passed him on the outside, it doesn't penalize you. You're good. All right, back to racing.
I was just letting you guys go by.
It's all good. I just didn't want to get penalized for it.
See a battle here between the 76 and 13. It's a battle for 6th and 7th. They're to the outside, or right behind the 8, who's on the outside of the 48. Edwin James running 5th currently. .48 gets clear on corner exit. I think the 8 scraped the wall there just a little bit. Up front, Todd Smith. He has got a gap, 1.6 seconds. Just entered pit lane. Not sure what happened there for Eric. Just hit his pit stall. Taking some tires. Looks like the right side of his car is pancaked a little bit. Maybe we'll get a contact with the wall. I do see a 2X recently, so tough break for him. Up front, 2-second lead Todd Smith has over Jacob Rush. Nolan Mills is in 3rd. Marshall's fallen back to 4th, and he is under attack by the 76. John Ross just goes by there at the bottom of 3 and 4. Kyle Heath is in 6th, going to be the next one to try to make a pass on the 98, it looks like, as he charges down into turn 1. 98 chooses high. 13 chooses low, and he gets by. Now the 8 is the next one in line to try to make an attempt to get a pass on the 98. This will be for 6th and 7th. 98 chooses pit road. Oh, that was so close. Heck of a pit entry. Not called over the radio or anything, so that was unexpected. Pulls down and... oh. Early out for Marshall, it looks like. Tough break. Had a good run going there. Not sure what happened for Marshall. This race is into the 10 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Maybe some guys just got to get off early enough to get home, but we are 50 to go, coming to 49. Todd Smith, 2.8 second lead. He's trying to put this gap in and try to hold these guys off. The 77, 76, and 13 are running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And they are trying to catch the 66, but they still got to get by the 32 of Jacob Rush. Doing a great job. The red fender flares on that car really makes it look like a wider body. With the 48, Noah Miller putting up a good fight here with some of these lead lap cars. Again, he is. Okay, oh, Marshall is out. That's going to move up a couple more drivers here. Although the 21 is out from the road, the 15 or the 33 is also on pit road. Eric, I hear you. Got to repair this trash can. I got you, buddy. Tough break. And I assume you've already used your fast repair, so got to get her fixed. I got you, buddy. 32 holding tight while these guys battle behind them. Now you've got the 77 and 76 side by side for position. Watching from the look cam of the 13. 76, John Ross up another spot to P3. The 66 of Todd Smith has checked out. He is 3.2 seconds ahead. Now this is where the 13 and 77 got together last time, brought out the caution. A little bit smoother there. Oh, the 13 dives in it deep, locks it up. I think maybe contact between him and the 77. Side by side down the backstretch they go. Let's take a look from Noah Miller's roof cam. 77 inches high. The 13 gets clear. Here comes the 48 to try to take that spot, but he gets tight. He's got to let off the throttle. A lot of wheel in that car to not come up and hit the 77. Got to be really careful there. Oh crap. Oh my goodness, that was so close. We see a battle for second. Jacob Rush is in trouble. He's got company. 76 of John Ross is taking that position into turn 3, and he's going to clear the 32, and now he's got clean track to try to run down the 66 with 44 laps to go. 43 now. 43 laps remain. 3.5 is the gap. Who's going to be our top 3 tonight for interviews? Who's going to have that podium finish? Right now, Todd Smith has that #1 spot, but he has already lost 0.2 of a second and a half of a lap to the 76. Now, the next car to get by the 32 and battle for third will be Kyle Heath. He is right there on the left rear. Comes up behind him out of turn 4. See if he sets him up for a pass entering turn 1. 32 runs the middle, 13 runs low, 32 drifts up to dime in the corner, but the 13 stays right down there on the bottom. He did clear him. Woo, that looked close. Good pass by the 13. That gets him to P3. Here comes the 77, Nolan Mills. He's going to challenge the 32, and this will be for 4th. Side. 77 gets clear. Sights were set a few laps ago. We're at 40 to go, and now it's a 2.8 second lead. John Ross is driving this thing. It's right along. Down the 3rd gear into turn 1. Letting it slide up a little bit, trying to get it turned back down. Put the power down. Smooth exit. He can see that target in front of him, and he is closing. .6 seconds, 39 laps, plenty of racing. There's plenty of time for this gap to diminish, and we have a battle for the lead and the race win here. Got to look at the gap behind. He's got about a second Look at our biggest mover so far for this race. At 8 positions gained is going to be Mark Owlette up to 11th tonight. The 87, Patrick Rawitz, 7 spots up. How about the 43? Leroy Koblenz, his first race with FGR, he's up 6 spots from where he qualified, running P7. There's our field tonight, led by a Chevy, then a Ford, and a handful of Chevys, and then another Ford, and then a few more Chevys, a couple Fords. Chevy and Ford dominated with 1 Toyota in the field for tonight's start. The last lap times, 0.3 of a second faster Ross was than Smith. Then you look further back, Kyle Heath was in the 32s as well. What's happening, George Buck? Here comes the Eagle, but here comes John Ross too. This guy making a start with us here, his first start with First Gear Racing. Fast in practice, qualified in the top 5. He's led some laps tonight. He's led 60 or 42 to be exact. And he is chasing down the race leader Todd Smith right now. Looks like the 76 still closing in. Lap times at the stripe. We'll see him change here and see how much faster or slower he was than the 66 this time. Todd runs a 33.0. 32.8 for John Ross. Definitely making it happen. That gap's down under 2 seconds. 1.8 is the time in between first and second. See the Eagle back there in third, 1.5 seconds behind the 76 currently. They have a little bit of a gap between Kyle and Nolan by about 2.3 seconds it looks like currently. Then Jacob still holding on to that top 5 position, 5th place. Got just over a second on Edwin. They are going to battle to the end for this 5th and 6th place, I'm sure. They've been near each other most of this race, so I think we'll see them two battle it out here for a top 5 tonight. And again, shout out to the 43, Leroy, running P7 tonight in his first race. The 87, another new member, just started with us a couple weekends ago. He's running P8 currently. And Ben Summerford has moved up to 9th through others' misfortune, and he is still 1 lap down, but if there's a caution, lucky dog, he can still gain some spots. He is the only car 1 lap down. Back up front, we're about to a second for the lead. I think the 76 has been really putting it to it here, running some really good lap times. Still 0.3 faster that last lap by. 66 has really put it together in this 3rd stage, leading a lot of laps. He's actually led 65, which is the most led. The Eagles led 64, so that position just changed hands. And depending on if the 76 catches and passes the 66, any of those 3 cars still have a chance to lead the most laps tonight and get a couple bonus points. So we'll have to see how that plays out here. These final 31 laps, 30.5 laps now. Miller made a pit stop. He's got 4 laps down, intense. Down under 0.4, down to almost 0.3 of a second. Just a few car lengths separate first and second. The 76 has made a valiant run to catch and race this 66 for the lead. with coming to 29 to go. What a heck of a drive by John Ross. He's there. What does the 66 do to try to defend? Does he try to play the dirty air game? Does he try to run the line the 76 running? Or is there a better line that you have to prevent or protect? A lot of options here that we're going to see from Todd. You see the 80. Looks like he's going down pit road. Maybe just getting out of the way. Yeah. Pit road. Mark Owlett to the pits. Rages on here. 76 is still right there, just a couple car lengths gap between him and the 66. '66 up pretty high on 1 and 2. Gets it turned down though. Can he keep it off the wall? He does. Good drive off the corner for the 66. 76 is definitely having to fight a little bit of that dirty air now. But the two of them, even kind of pushing each other here, have pulled out the gap on third place Kyle Heath. He is 4.6, 4.7 back. He's lost some time to these front two. And it shows on the board.
Take it low, Noah.
2/10 slower a lap. '76 gets it into the corner really well there. Now he is even with the 66. 66 says go ahead. Pass for the lead. John Ross, 25 to go, back up front here at Gateway. Thursday Night Thunder. We've still got a handful of laps here with 25. Anything can happen. A caution can shake this up if we have something else happen here. Cars just sprawled out all over the track. Nobody's really close to each other currently. You can see the gap the 76 has made, almost a second on the 66 in one lap. Still looking back through the standings, the 32 and the 8. Jacob Rush, Edwin James still just over a second apart for 5th and 6th. That's a position that I still think can be battled and contested. Driving the heck out of these cars. We are at 10:30 Eastern time with under 23 laps remaining in this race. This has been a long one. We really appreciate everybody hanging on for the ride on this one. And we've been racing for darn near 2 hours now since the green flag actually just hit the 2-hour mark. Yes, I say that. Had a lot happen. Right now we're currently at 8 cars on the lead lap. 3.3 second lead. Looks like, oh, I missed something happened to the Eagle there. He has lost a position to the 77 of Noah Mills. He's taken over third. Todd Smith, valiant effort, but that car is worn out. His lap times are indicative of it. He is running 34.6s to the leader's 33.4s, and the car behind him are running 33.2s, 33.8s. So he's about to see some trouble behind him here very soon. John Ross is just off to a Thursday night drive. 4-second lead and growing. This Ford has been hooked up all night, and looks like he's got it set for the final run here as we hit 20 to go. Right on the back of Ben here as we see the 76 coming. The 76 catches the 2, he'll get out of the way, and the 2 will go 2 laps down, which is still a 2-lap buffer over the 48. He pitted a little while ago. So still a good enough buffer to not really have any spots for position. See the 21, Eric Broom still out there. He got that car fixed up, back on track. He's currently 17 laps down, but 13th place. I know not the night he wanted, but staying through it to the end, doing a great job as he gets out of the way of the leaders here. Kyle Heath has gotten by Todd Smith for 3rd. Nolan got by him a couple laps ago, or a lap and a half ago or so, for 2nd. So Todd's tires are just mad angry. He had such short run speed. He was just gone on a restart, and these guys just kind of, you know, worked it to knowing it was going to be probably a longer run, take care of it a little bit better, and they have a little bit more speed now on the back end of the run, but nobody has it like this 76. John Ross just out and gone. Great run so far by him. And he is in chance. No, I'm not. I'm looking at it now. He's not going to be able to hit the most laps led. That's Todd Smith at 72. John's at 50, and we're at 17 to go. So unless we have some overtimes, that's not happening. But still a really good run. Like, this has been a heck of a drive. Debut race with First Gear Racing. Putting it to it. Car goes high to let the leader go by. Here comes the 48. Noah took tires a little while ago. It's been a bit of laps now, about 15 laps ago. But he has that speed from it, so he's going to maybe get one of his 4 laps back here. 4 car behind him into the wall. Still going. All good for Taylor in the 4. Let across the stripe. Again, Mark is running 11, 7 laps down. '76 gonna let the 48 by here. Not a race for position or anything, so no harm, no foul. 14 laps remain in tonight's event. Let's see, checking a couple battles for position. One of the ones I was thinking about is getting a little bit closer, that battle for 5th. Edwin James has made up a little bit of time. He's under a second behind the 32 of Jacob Rush now. Just a half a second gap between those two. So he's made up about 7/10 of a second here. Past handful of laps. So seeing that 8 wrapping the bottom. Trying to make that position. Trying to fight for it with 13 to go. Battle for 2nd. Really not super close, but just within, what, a second. So the 13 still having a chance maybe to get back to the 77, but I think he's got about as much out of the car as he can. So I think the 77 has the faster pace right here. There. Falling back, Nolan still 4.7 off of the lead. Without a change or something happening. Ooh, the 77 got up high there.
Sorry, Ben, I almost lost it.
No problem.
Back here for 5th. It's getting closer. Gingerbread Man is on the hunt.
Leader, I'll stay high.
Got that Lucas 8 Chevrolet really wrapping the bottom really well here at the end of this run, doing a great job. As they come across the stripe, 11 laps remain to battle for this position. Top 5 in tonight's race. The 8 takes a look down low. The 32 doesn't go down to defend. He runs high. Now they're going to come out maybe side by side here. Great run by the 32. The 8 gets clear though. Leaves him room. Great sportsmanship there. Leave him the room. Casey has a run. And now let's see if the 8 doesn't overdrive. He does just a hair, just up a little bit, but not bad. That's a pretty good pass. Good clean pass by Edwin in the 8. That's going to get him to P5. We'll see if that sticks. We are 10 laps remaining. And again, John Ross, what can I say? Fast car tonight. Still has a 4.7 second lead over Nolan in the 77. Kyle Heath is another second back in third. Todd Smith, 11.7 seconds off the lead in fourth. These guys are driving. We are under 10. 9 laps to go in tonight's event. This has been an endurance race of sorts. These guys have really put in a heck of a race. 76 has been really fast all night, and when it mattered here in the third stage, came out of that restart and drove through the field, got the lead, and checked out. Coming around this time, there'll be 7 laps remaining. A little further back, there's Nolan in second. Still followed by the Eagle, but again, they've stayed about a second apart here for a while. It hasn't been much change there. Edwin has pulled out 7/10 of a second gap on the 32. Jacob Rush, so that 5th place position still tightly contested though, but they have less than 7 laps to figure it out between the two of them. So the battle for second still just 1 second apart. But the leader, John Ross, has taken 6 to go. Not a bad start for this gentleman here for his FGR Thursday Night Thunder Next Gen Cup Series career.
Caution,
Oh
caution.
no, we have something changing. Taylor Curtin has crashed. He is. This is lap 214. Well, this changes everything. Ford just spins. Locks it up. Something happened. No movement from inside the cab. Gets it in reverse. Well, the one thing I didn't think was going to happen is going to happen. We're going to go and have another restart.
Oh, when I was dodging the guy back there, gave me an unsafe pitch. I am, man. Because I couldn't get on pit road without swerving. Oh well.
Well, here comes the pit stops. They're going to decide this race. 77 off pit road. Really good pit stop. Nolan does a
Can't clear that
9.6
camera.
second stop. I cannot.
Careful.
Nolan Mills is going to come out of here with the lead. Claim on that one?
That was me. I was so scared.
Outside.
Alright, so we're going to restart in a natural green-white checker. This will not count as a green-white checkered overtime. We still have 3 of those if needed. Front row, you're going to have Nolan and John, then Kyle and Edwin. Jacob and Leroy. Todd's going to go EOL, I think. At least of this line, I think. Car's still on pit road. All right, well, action it is. We're going to see it here. These drivers are going to give it their all here for the final 2 laps of the race. Pace car is down. Leader is coming towards the restart zone. Here we go. Green is out. Nolan with a great restart gets clear of the 76. '76 right to the 77's rear bumper. Oh no, the 13 is loose. Hard into the wall. The Eagle is wounded. I am not certain what happened there. We will have to check that out after the race. That is a tough break for the Eagle. The 32 and the 8 side by side. White flag is out. 77 has the lead. 76 here to try to capture the win as they enter turn 1 for the final time. Nolan has a great entry. Looks like a good exit as well. Keeps that gap about the same. Side by side for third between Jacob and Edwin. Who's going to take home third and be a podium tonight? As we see a battle for the race lead. Here we go. The 76 dives it in there. Tries to get a good entry. Makes up a little bit. Nolan, great exit out of 4.
All right, 2 tires win
Out the
championship.
corner. 2 tires wins it. Nolan Mills with the win. We saw incident at the end.
Good race, guys.
The 8 is turned around. Oh, squeezed into the wall. They got really hard. Oh, the 66 into it as well.
Good win there, Nolan.
Oh, tough break as they come
Oh,
across
thank you.
the stripe backwards.
Yeah, good win there. Congrats.
Congrats, everybody. Great race. Nice win there, Nolan. We're going to have the top 3 drivers. If you want to come to the waiting room in the Discord, we will do interviews for the top 3. Thank you guys again.
And thank you guys for a good race.
Hey, fuck off.
Easy on the language. It's being live streamed.
Good race, Joe.
All right, so we're going to get some cameras ready. We got some interviews to do here. What a crazy race. All right, so third place, the 43. Where is he at? There he is. See if Leroy comes in here. All right, let's start with P3. Let me get that up there. Leroy, is Jason in the booth? Do you have a copy?
Sure do, Jason.
All right, man. Congratulations on finishing tonight's race in P3. It looked a little crazy there on that last corner out of turn 4, and you were able to avoid that melee and bring her home with a 3rd place in your first race with First Gear Racing. So congratulations first off, and tell us about your night. How'd that race go for you?
Well, it went a little better than I expected because when I first started practicing tonight, I was way off the pace. But my teammate, John Ross, gave me some pointers, and still not running up with him, but, better than I expected. And then I just kind of fell into that 3rd place finish there. So I'll take it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And it's one of those things where, I mean, we had such long green flag runs tonight. Even the end of this race looked like it was going to end under green. Like, it did not expect that caution at the end, and then to have a 2-lap shootout. Everybody came down, took tires, and kind of reset. Did you feel like, that was at least a chance to try to get maybe a top 3 out of it, or did you still feel like kind of questionable, like, yeah, I've been running kind of 5th to 7th all night, that's where I'm going to finish, or did you, kind of expect that craziness?
Yeah, I was just kind of hoping for a top 5. I wasn't expecting to get 3rd, but yeah, they just everything just opened up in front of me, and I was able to pull it off.
Well, heck of a job tonight, man. I'm grateful to have you join with First Gear Racing and race in this Thursday Night Thunder Series. We're happy to have you, and great way to again start your tenure with us with a podium. As we do with all of our interviews, I'm going to give you the floor. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks, for doing the broadcast, and I want to thank my teammate, John Ross. Like I said, he gave me some really good pointers and helped me out a lot. So, yeah, guess that's about it.
Well, we appreciate you again, and John was showing tonight. He's got a lot of speed in that car, so it's again really happy to have you guys here with us and racing, and good luck with the next race next week. Okay.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. You have a great night.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you. All right. That was Leroy, P3 tonight. Great job by him. Let's get our P2 finisher up here, John Ross. John, it's Jason in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I've got a copy, Jason.
All right, man. Good to hear you again. First off, welcome into First Gear Racing. New joiner, first race, fast car at a really tough track. You had this thing 2 laps away from being in the bag, and then an untimely caution, as NASCAR is known, just happens. I wasn't expecting it. I'm calling your race here. I'm like, this is it. He's going to start off 1 for 1. And then everything changes, right? Everything unfolds. We have strategy pit stops. 2 tire stop seems to have gotten the win tonight, but great first race, fast car. Tell us about your night, and congratulations again on finishing P2 still tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was we just kind of Leroy and I were looking for a league to run, and we seen this one on Facebook, and we're like, hey, let's give it a shot. And we both looked at it and said Gateway, and I'm like, well, I haven't turned a lot of laps here, but we're going to have a plenty of laps to figure it out. But it was really good. The track was good. Man, the racing here was so clean. The guys up front, Kyle, Nolan, everybody that we ran with, really quick. I didn't calculate my fuel right on that second stint, so I had to come in, and I almost got lapped. I think he was like 3 seconds behind me, and a little bit of damage from hitting the wall. But outside of that, man, it was a nice, smooth night.
Yeah, it was, you had a really fast car all night long. You were taking care of your stuff. It seemed like the longer the run went, the faster your car got. You were really managing the tires. I heard you in the race, earlier in the race, talking about maybe a little bit of toe knocked out. We kept trying to look on the broadcast. We couldn't see anything. The car still looked good, but you could see a lot of people were fighting that tight condition coming out of turn 2 and turn 4, and we were seeing a lot of dust get kicked up when guys would scrape the wall. It was a pretty common theme tonight, but still a great run for you. I know it's not the win that you were in line for, but that's racing. But at the end of the day, you still get bringing home P2, and it's a great start with your tenure with First Gear Racing, with your teammate finishing third there with all the melee that happened out of turn 4. He comes home third, so great finish for both of you guys. And we want to welcome you in. Thank you for joining us and being a part of the league. And before we let you go tonight, as customary for all of our podium finishers, I'm going to give you the floor. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, Jason, I really appreciate that. And I definitely want to thank the league for bringing us in and being so welcoming. Lots of great drivers out here. I mean, really respectful out there on the track. I mean, we've been looking for a league like that, Jason. And being around iRacing, how bad some of these leagues can be. Yes. And man, this one is great and clean. I haven't watched a broadcast yet, but I'm going to go back and watch this one. So certainly appreciate you. I think First Gear Network is broadcasting First Gear Racing, so that's fantastic. And to my adrenaline teammates, Leroy's with me. Well, we got some other guys, that we race with on a weekly basis. Just want to thank all of those guys as well.
Well, absolutely. And again, thank you for being a part of it, and congratulations on that P2 finish tonight. We'll see you back here on track next Thursday night. Okay, bud?
Yep. Thanks, Jason.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
All right. That was John Ross, P2 tonight. Now let's get the big winner up here. Nolan Mills, number 77. Nolan, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I heard the strategy call over the radio. We saw it on pit road. 2 tires, and you're able to make it stick. Great job. Congratulations on winning here at Gateway on what was a really long attrition-filled race, trying to take care of your car, take care of your tires, and manage. Tell us about your night. You did the sweep. First off, congratulations. You won both stages and you won the race. So that's max points. And you come home, and I think you led a lap. You didn't lead the most, but you had the fastest lap, which is even more bonus points. So you walk away with more points than anybody else. So first off, congratulations. Second off, how did you do it? How did this all come about here? Certainly through the race, but then how the strategy played out for you here at the end with that late caution.
Yeah, thank you. And I think just a lot of right place, right time strategy calls and stuff. Like stage 2, I thought they had checked out. I actually got right front wheel damage. Not a lot, because I was actually catching them again. But like I was letting people by and stuff. I fell back to like 6, and I was just pacing myself. And I figured something out about how to run and keep the balance in the car. So that really helped. I mean, my gosh, you're right. This was a long race. I forgot. Were they all this long, Jason? This was long.
Now, this I think was a mistake because we haven't run it before. Trevor is trying to condense the season so it's not so long because we want to be able to get to bed to work in the morning. And this one, just 220 laps. It should have been probably closer to 160 in my guess. And I felt like we just didn't catch it because we hadn't run it. And this is the new setup, too, that iRacing provided, so we didn't know what to expect. But once this race started and I saw how long it was taking these laps to click down, I was like, oh, this is a long one. I'm sorry. But nonetheless, I mean, attrition is part of it. The longer races are, kind of what we do more on Saturday nights. But tonight, we saw a version of it a little bit. And you and your driving style and how you do really, played out throughout the whole race. You even had a little bit of an incident where you and the 13 had a little bit of contact in turn 4, and unfortunately not any heavy damage or anything to either of your cars, but really good hard racing. It was fun to watch. It was great to call. I enjoyed it. Gateway is a fun track for me because I've run it mainly in Gen 6 or Indy cars. This is the first time I've been part of a next gen, so I didn't really know what to expect, certainly with the new setup. So great job bringing it home with that checkered flag tonight. And again, great call on the 2-tire pit stop there at the end, making that work and making that stick. And the 76 was fast, the 13 was fast, heck, the 66 was fast. There was a lot of guys that were gunning for this win tonight, and you all, had to battle through a little bit of adversity, and at the end you come out on top. So congratulations again, my friend. Before we let you go for the night, as is customary, the floor is yours. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, shout out to John and who was it? Leroy. Was it Leroy? Was it John? Are they new?
Yeah, John and Leroy just joined. This is their first race with us.
Shout out to them. They made for some fun racing, and kind of stole that one from John there. I guess the strategy bailed me out. I had a really good race. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to you for. Are you sick by any chance? You sounded sick at the beginning.
I
of the
am.
day.
I'm under the
Okay.
weather tonight, and so hopefully be back and better by next week.
Shout out to you for sticking it out, man. That was a grind, I'm sure. But you sound excited, so that's good.
Yeah,
It
it
must
was
have
a
been a
good
good
time.
finish. So.
I enjoy watching you guys race. It's fun to get to call these races. I love broadcasting as much as I love racing. So it's always a love-hate relationship I have with it. But I love doing both, so I enjoy that I get to do that. I'd like to be in the car. I enjoy driving these cars, but at the same point, I love calling it. And you guys bring some really good racing to the track and really good-looking car. I still think this is the best paint scheme for you, the orange with the black stripes. Ever since you've done that, I can't ever miss you in any screen. I know where your car's at on track. It sticks out and it pops. It looks really good, but it's a little dirty in my victory photo right now. There's a lot of rubber buildup on the nose of this car, but it still shines. So great job tonight, man. Congratulations and on the win, and we'll see you back on track next week.
All right, thanks, Jason.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
That was Nolan Mills, our winner tonight, bringing it home, P1. Congratulations to him. And as we go back down here to show our race overall, see if that'll actually work. Some things are working, some things are not. There it is. Nolan, our big winner tonight in the 77. John Ross brings it home P2. Leroy Koblenz, P3. Congrats to Jacob Rush, bringing it home P4. I know there's a little bit of a contact on that turn 4 between him and the 8, so we'll see what comes of that. Hopefully everybody's respectful and keeps it clean, and we come back on the track and there's no troubles. But hard racing there at the end, related in some contact. That battle for third turned into a little bit of a melee that caught up a couple cars. So Kyle Heath brings it home P5. Todd Smith getting caught up in that wreck in 6th, and Edwin comes home 7th. Patrick brings it home P8. Ben with a heck of a run, fighting all the way. He was 2 laps down, most of this race, and still gets P9. Noah Miller brings it home for a 10th place finish, top 10 for him. His first race back as well. Good to have Noah back. Mark Owlett with 11th. Taylor Curtin 12th. Eric Broom 13th, Marshall Gable 14th, Trevor Benz 15th, Nick Sutton 16th, Alex Fuller P17, Joseph Klein P18. And then I think we had, 20, right? Yep, Keith Vaughn in 19th and Jonathan Hambrick in P20. So that's going to do us for tonight. Double checking where we are at just to have an update. We are off tomorrow night. ARCA Series is off the next 2 weeks. And then we will be back on air with Edwin in the booth come Saturday night, Gen 6 at Chicagoland. And then we'll be back here next Friday, March 5th. We'll be taking the next gen cars to Texas for 150 laps. So hope to see you all there. Thank you all for tuning in and being a part of this broadcast. And thanks to the drivers for their interviews. You guys have a great evening. We'll see you soon. Take care and have a great night. Thank you guys.